when I'm songwriting and during the process of actually recording, I try and listen and get ideas from outside of the genre tightly of black metal. So you always come across a point in the mixing of the song or some element of the production. You think, what do I do now? It just feels like I need to be doing something in the song, and I've played my guitar part, I've done the bass line, the drums, vocal. What else does it need? And I tend to find that's going to be something to do with like the keyboards or like orchestration and that sort of thing. And that can be a bit of a big daunting prospect of, so I try to whittle that down straight away and go to some tunes I like to listen to and get inspiration from. And I think, something like that would probably work here. And an example of that would be a song released this year called Soldat and Todd. And I was stuck on the intro. It sounds so open and it's too sparse. I need to put some synths in there or something like that. So, okay. I don't have a clue. So I went and listened to a band that I regularly have a sort of like close listening onto their music to listen to the keyboard arrangements and how they layer synths and orchestration stuff. And that band is Within Temptation, and they just nail this whole side of production so well. You just focus your ears on what they're up to and you can just put out loads of interesting stuff. So that's what I did. And the song I was listening to by them was called Shot in the Dark, and I thought, I could adapt some of the themes that they're using in their intro there and put those into mine and see how it goes along. And I thought, that worked out okay. And sometimes another way I get stuck at the beginning. You could pick up your guitar and you're thinking, twang, doesn't really cut it, does it? Doesn't need to be a better idea than this. You'd be surprised how often that sort of thing happens. And sometimes film scores are good way to just look at things a bit differently to songwriting. You can get too caught up in like intro, verse, chorus, and this sort of thing. And one of the characteristics of black metal can be that it just doesn't have those. It goes off on a linear path and it doesn't come back and repeat for sections. And that's what your soundtracks quite often do. So for another song I did this year called 1892, I thought, right, I'll listen to a movie soundtrack, ignore all the music on it, and just follow the main arrangement ideas of it. So it sounds a bit of an odd one, and perhaps it is. But so the film I decided to take the work from the theme tune of was a Sam Peckinpah Second World War movie called Cross of Iron. And I thought, the main title theme is quite bizarre. It sort of alternates between kindergarten singing a nursery rhyme to pompous marching band and then incoming projectiles and children singing, and it's just very weird. And I thought, it's very weird. Yeah, that's got potential. So obviously I swapped out nursery rhymes and pompous military band stuff from the 19th century, and yeah, replaced that with like actually I think I did soldiers marching in the snow and horse-drawn carriages or something for where the children's choir was, and then when the pompous military-esque Prussian Habsburg pomp kicked in, I thought, oh yeah, black metal riff there, and put it together like that. Its own way it works, and it is pretty weird, and might do something like that again actually. Yeah, but looking outside of what you're doing for inspiration, I find it is the way ahead. I think by just having a narrow laser beam onto, right, I'm doing black metal, so I'm going to listen to loads of black metal, and that's it. Yeah, it's doesn't really work like that. You've got to go outside of that focus in order to have like a perspective on it, to realize what's going on and then make some meaningful change to it, as opposed to just add layers and layers of guitars and random synthesizer pads and just a production that goes massive in scale but doesn't actually sound any better for it, you know. Yeah, it's a tricky business, isn't it? But yeah, it gets there. Yeah, so check out those two songs. Soldat and Todd, 1892. And I will get around to recording something else soon. I keep saying that, said it again. It's another reminder to myself to actually record some music. But yeah, until then.